Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. This video is on a topic that a lot of you guys have been asking me about, and it is what fragrances to wear to sleep or to bed. So I have honestly been working on this list probably since the very first comment of someone asking me which fragrances would I recommend to wear to bed, and it's been months. I've comprised a list for you guys and I'm gonna go through it and I'll explain why each one is one that I reach for when I go to sleep or when I'm winding down in the evenings. Winding down, get it? So the very first fragrance that came to mind was from Oil Perfumery. It is obviously a dupe fragrance of an Arabian house that I cannot pronounce, so the name is on the bottom, and it's simply Body Musk. Body Musk it's a fragrance that you want to wear to bed. It's just a very clean white musk. Imagine just rolling around in the cleanest bed linens after you've taken a shower late in the evening and you're so sleepy. It's what this smells like, but it's also very, very sexy. So great for other types of rolling around in the sheets. I love it. It's really good. It is very, very thick. I don't know what the original one is like, but this one it's very viscous, and that's normal. So it's actually perfect to put on clean skin when you're fresh out of the shower and your skin's a little bit damp. It's the best time to put this on, otherwise it's quite sticky, and it is incredibly long lasting, so it's gonna last you until the morning. You will for sure still smell it, but I do tend to reach for this one when I'm feeling a little bit sexier coming out of the shower. So that's Body Musk, and this particular one is from Oil Perfumery, or you can get the original one, which I will link at the bottom for you guys as well. Everything will be linked in the description box. As always, I do the legwork for you guys. I find the best prices that I can. I actually spend a lot of time on that, so I know a lot of you guys do use the links, and thank you for doing that because I do get a small commission, but I do take the time and find the best pricing that I possibly can find. Anyway, moving on. So the next one is Mon Guerlain, and this is specifically the Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Toilette has amped up lavender. It's very much Mon Guerlain, but I wear it in the spring, and I also find myself reaching for it a lot in the evenings because that lavender, it's so soothing. It's so comforting, and it's very, very opulent in this fragrance. The lavender note really shines. It's still that blend of lavender and vanilla, and it's very sleepifying. Honestly, just putting this on in the evenings, it's very strong. 2 sprays at bedtime really does help me fall asleep. It's one of the most beloved fragrances for women. Pretty much enough said. That with extra lavender, bedtime equals perfection. The next fragrance that I personally reach for a lot after a shower and in the evenings and when I'm hanging out at home, and this is a very comforting scent for me, and it's from Victoria's Secret, and it's called Love. And honestly, I have used up this much just on my own. I've had it for probably about 1.5 years. I do tend to exclusively wear this at home and in a robe out of the shower. It's a very comforting, refreshing, soothing scent, and I love this in the evenings. It's very underrated. It is the best fragrance from Victoria's Secret, hands down, from all the ones that I've smelled. It doesn't smell like a typical Victoria's Secret fragrance. It has apricot, it has cypress or juniper berries, that type of juniper smell, very beautiful, and a note of what they call boyfriend t-shirt, which I guess is what that very, very comforting note is in here. It smells like you just grabbed a bunch of clean laundry, but men's laundry, if you can imagine that. It does have a very slight masculine undertone to it. That masculine edge that it does have really smells like a clean shirt that maybe has been worn maybe once for like an hour by a guy whose amazing cologne rubbed off on it. Or if you took your boyfriend's shirt and you wore it and you slept in it, but your scent is there as well. That's kind of what it's like. It's a very snuggly fragrance with a sexy edge that I love to wear in the evenings. I have the body cream as well. Yeah, they're quite long lasting. Check it out, guys, if you're ever in Victoria's Secret. It's very, very underrated, and it's one that I reach for a lot in the evenings, especially after a shower, just super snuggly, and it's amazing. The next one is a niche fragrance, and this is an older one from Penhaligon's, and it's called Artemisia. This one smells like a clean bubble bath, and for some reason I smell a little undertone of something that smells suede-like, but it really just smells like a luxurious bubble bath, like you spent an hour relaxing in just the most luxurious, expensive bath, listening to some like smooth jazz. It's a very soft, soothing musk note in here, powdery violet and vanilla, and the way that these notes combine in this fragrance is very comforting. So this one is one that I reach for a lot in the evenings, and it's a great sleep fragrance. It's not overpowering or strong. It won't keep you up. It is beautiful. So definitely check out Penhaligon's Artemisia. I actually got this for a really great price online about a year ago, so if you can find it, grab it. The next fragrance I also have an oil version of, luckily for me because the scent is discontinued, is from Jo Malone, and it's honey and crocus, and this smells so good for the evenings. It smells like milk and honey and lavender. It's soft and warm. Wearing this fragrance feels like drinking a warm cup of milk and honey that's infused with lavender flower buds. It is the perfect bedtime scent. It puts you straight to sleep. It's very, very comforting. It's got a little bit of like an almondy hint to it as well. Oh, it's so good. It's so, so good. Honestly, if you have to get one oil, or if you can actually find the Jo Malone fragrance, seriously go for it. Ridiculously underrated as well. And if lavender, milkiness, honey, and almond sound appealing to you, this one is an absolute winner, and I find it very, very good for the evening. So I do tend to wear this one a lot to bed. I did just leak it all over my hands, but that's actually perfect because it is evening time now, so we'll work with it. Another milky fragrance is Zadig and Voltaire. This is her. This one is a recent acquisition for me, and I've been reaching for it a lot in the evenings, and I wear it during the daytime as well. And this is it's a very smooth, slightly sweet sandalwood based fragrance. The sandalwood is the prominent note here. There's also whipped cream, which is quite evident, and a nuttiness that comes from chestnut. It's very comforting, like all of these fragrances are, because they're bedtime scents. It's not sharp at all. It's very, very smooth, and the whipped cream note is quite prominent. You can tell it's very enveloping, warm, and soft. It's milky, like the milkiness of this bottle. It's a little bit sweet, and yeah, I love it for the evenings. Again, not overpowering, so it won't keep you up in the evenings. Next one's a little bit stronger, and this is Pure Poison from Dior. How could I not include this? This is a very sexy evening scent. So this is less, in my opinion, about winding down and more about really enjoying your evening. And I'm just gonna not spray it straight in the air because this one is stronger than it seems at first. This is beautiful, sexy, opulent white florals, rather sensual. They're not sexy per se. They don't have that edge. They're much smoother. They're very sensual, soft, kind of comforting, welcoming, warm white florals, and very clean smelling as well. This is a great scent to put on after a shower. I used to have the Dior Pure Poison Elixir, which I was obsessed with, and I still have it. There's a little bit left in there, but it just doesn't smell the same anymore. I don't know what happened to it. I thought I stored it properly, but the Pure Poison is very, very close. It's a little bit less rich and dense than the Elixir, which actually makes more sense for the evenings because, again, not too overpowering. You don't want a scent in the evenings that will keep you awake, right? Because we're trying to fall asleep. Unless you're not trying to fall asleep, in which case you can go ahead and overspray this if the goal is not to fall asleep. This one's great for that. Now, moving on, Manifesto, YSL. I almost feel embarrassed mentioning this because I think I mention it probably in every video because I'm obsessed with it. It's one of my signature scents. I use it all the time, and it's, as I've mentioned before, a vanilla fragrance that's marshmallowy, soft, cozy, comforting, a little bit green, has a little bit of that green edge to it. This is my favorite vanilla of all time. And I do tend to wear it a lot in the fall and winter, and I reach for it in the evenings. So maybe it's not fair to call it a bedtime scent. It just happens to last me to bedtime, but a great evening scent that's very comforting and warm and cozy. So Manifesto. Not gonna stay on that one for very long. Another one that I really like for the evenings, but it's quite basic, however it serves the purpose, is Britney Spears Fantasy Intimate Edition. And this is really just a milky version of Fantasy. It's very soft, very light. I do like to wear fragrances that maybe aren't my most expensive fragrances, but still ones that I find very comforting in the evenings, and I recommend them for wearing to sleep and wearing to bed because you're by yourself. You know, you are enjoying the comfort of your family, yourself, at home, and there's not necessarily a need to be super lavish. I wouldn't necessarily wear my Oud Satin Mood alone at home in the evenings, but that's just me. So the fragrances that I'm recommending based on my thought process, some of them are ones that are a little bit on the affordable side. They're still very, very pleasant, comforting, soft scents, and that includes Britney Spears Fantasy Intimate Edition. It's not necessarily a fragrance that I would wear out, but I do really love to wear it at home. It's very comfortable to wear. It's very soft, light, very pleasant, honestly, super safe blind buy. Nothing too complex, but something about it somehow makes me feel very good. So that's the Intimate Edition. I also got a set with the fragrance and the dry body oil. I haven't opened it yet, but one of you guys did recommend to get the dry body oil of the Fantasy Intimate Edition, and I did. So I'm super excited to try that out. So thanks for recommending it. I did get it. And next is Not a Perfume. This fragrance is beautiful on its own. It's a soft, musky, ambery kind of aura around you that just smells beautiful. It smells like you're very clean. It smells like your skin, but better, as cliche as that sounds. I love layering this with the other fragrances. I love wearing it on its own. Quite unique. It's a molecular based fragrance. It plays in the air. It's synthetic. It's fully synthetic. It's comprised of a variation of ambroxan. I'm not a chemist, but there's a very specific variation of ambroxan that is what is in this fragrance. And it does create a bubble around you, and it's great to layer with other fragrances because it creates a larger scent bubble for them. But on its own, I love to wear it in the evenings because it smells very, very clean, and it doesn't have too much of that pencil shaving scent that I find in Molecule 01 that I don't like necessarily on myself. This is much softer, a little bit sweeter, and very clean smelling. Basically, that's pretty much it. So, Not a Perfume. Took me a while to really warm up to it because I couldn't smell it at all in the beginning. When I first smelled it, I was like, what is this? This is a scam. Like, I can't believe they're selling this at Sephora for 150 bucks. But I guess my nose trained itself to smell it. So now I really can smell it. And super quick sidebar, I did try the Superdose and I absolutely hated it. It smelled very, very sharp to me and very much of that pencil shaving smell. So I don't know if there's something off about my sensors that it doesn't smell right to me at all. It smells nothing like the original Not a Perfume. If you guys have had that experience, let me know. Or if you prefer Superdose, let me know, because I'm very curious to find out if it's something that my nose isn't picking up or if it really indeed is actually really bad. And finally, another fragrance that smells very clean that I like to wear at home is Bath & Body Works Kaleidoscope. Only ever get Bath & Body Works perfumes when they're on sale. Black Friday's coming up fairly soon, so keep an eye out for that because I think I got 2 for $40 last year at the Black Friday sale, and I just love this. It smells really good. I heard it smells like Glossier You. People also say that it smells like Not a Perfume, so I guess it's somewhat of an honorable mention. It's a affordable version of a scent that smells like this. I love to wear it at home. I love to wear it on days when, honestly, I'm not feeling like I'm worthy of a fancy fragrance. Do you know what I mean? Do you guys have those days where you just feel like, oh, today I don't deserve to wear something very fancy? I have days like that. And so then I reach for Kaleidoscope, which I find very comforting. Like all of these, I must have said that word a bajillion times in this video, but the point of evening bedtime fragrances is for them to be comforting and to wind you down and put you to sleep, and that's what a lot of these do for me. They're very comforting scents. The Kaleidoscope one has iris. It's a little bit sweet. It smells like sweet skin with iris, with like a little bit of that powdery scent that iris has. So pretty much that's all of my favorite bedtime fragrances, and these are all scents that I personally love to wear in the evenings when I'm winding down, having a glass of wine, watching Love Island or 90 Day Fiancé or what have you. It's scents that make me feel good at home. So comment down below and let me know what your favorite evening bedtime fragrances are, what fragrances you guys like to wear to sleep. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you guys like this sort of content and want to help support my channel, please click on my Buy Me a Coffee link. I appreciate you guys that have already bought me a coffee. Thank you so much. And that's it for today's video. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.